spaceship or mothership using components from videocopilot.net, and let's get started. You want to start with new composition, 1280 by 720, hit OK, and then create new layer, solid, same composition size, 1280 by 720, and hit OK again. Let's rename this layer to element 3D or E3D, short for element 3D, like so. Go to your effects, video copilot, element 3D, and scene setup. Now we are going to start with, you got your motion design too. That's the pack from videocopilot.net, and let's go to our mesh, I guess. Mesh. Yeah, mesh, and then you go to mesh camera 2, select that, and you go to the mesh view, which is this one, next to the material view. Click on it and open up the mesh view. Let's center it and go closer in. And you want to turn off this upper piece, like so. Let's now exit. You click OK and then exit, and open your group one. And instead of point in the particle replicator, you want plane, like so. Let's create a new camera, 50mm, and a new light. Light will be parallel light, like so. And then let's go back into our scene setup. Now let's make this camera piece, or mesh camera 1 as it's called, bigger, and go into your material settings and find, I already have a concrete, but instead of dark gray, which it's the Pro Shader 2 concrete, by the way, and I just took this piece, one of these pieces, the plain concrete, and made it brighter, and let's now drop it onto our camera, like so. And let's keep moving. Next, what you want to do is go to your, I think it's components, tech, maybe tech components. Yeah, go to your tech components and choose this piece, tech mesh 3, bring it in, scale it down to about, let's say 50, like so, and rotate it on this axis, like so. Bring it down and bring it back on the x-axis. Let's go to our camera, back to our camera, and I think we will size it up to 200, like so, and bring it forward, maybe a little bit up. And let's come back to our tech mesh 3 and size it even more down, like so. And just adjust it a little bit forward. There we go. Now we want to bring in, still in tech components, we want to bring in tech machinery. There it is, and scale it down to, let's say, 20 for now, and bring it back. And double that, instead of 20, let's go to 40, rotate it, and bring it down and back. Let's go to the envelope and rotate all of it like so. and come back to Tech Machinery and bring it down like so. And it seems like we have to still scale it down, maybe like 32, and there it is. Now let's bring that gray, bright gray material on top of it, and same on this metal. There we go. Now I still want to make the camera, the circle piece, a little bit bigger, so instead of 200, go to 220, like so. Duplicate it and bring it back here, in here, and from 220, let's try 100, maybe 150, too big, so 120, 120 will do, and find the right spot for it. Maybe rotate, and just adjust until it fits in. Maybe 110 size. Alright, that looks good. And now let's come to our Tech Machinery. Duplicate by holding Shift and then hitting D, and bring it back here. Maybe size it down to 27, or even 29. Yeah, 29, and duplicate one more time, drag it out, and a little bit lower, like so. Now, next we wanna go to, we're gonna go to components and bring in component 10. And at this moment we want to make two group folders, like so. Highlight both of them, put them into the main one, and then take the lowest of the two and bring it to the one above, like so. Now we want to take our component 10 and let's zoom in. We want to just put it above but rotate it correctly. And in fact we want to rotate it so it looks like something like so, and bring it down. Maybe rotate it a little bit more and bring it down like so. Maybe size is from 190, you go to 90. There we go. Bring it a little bit up, and now take this component 10 and bring it to this group folder, put it in there, and go to the group folder above that, the one in the middle, and go to this mirror or group symmetry, and you wanna make group symmetry on the Y, and then go to this lower group folder and drag them apart from each other. so. And go to this group folder and just find the right position. I think this will do. That's it. Yes, that will do. Now next we want to go to so many folders are to remember all where everything is. Mesh, I think it's mesh. Mesh. Yep, it's definitely mesh. We wanna go to mesh assortment 7 and bring it forward, scale it down, and now it's duplicated because we have it in the two group folders we just created, which has the symmetry. So that's why it's appearing above and below. Now mesh assortment 7, scale it to 60, maybe 70, and rotate it on this blue line until it's flat. And let's bring them out like so, maybe lower. Scale it down slightly and bring it on top like so, and just drop the gray color on it. While you have the mesh assortment 7 highlighted, duplicate and drag it forward like so. Do it once again and just put it into the right position. And maybe once more, like so. Now we wanna see, take this one, this middle one, duplicate it, then rotate it, and move it on the set axis outwards and lower it. Duplicate it and bring it back, and maybe move it apart from each other like so, and then duplicate it once more and bring them out. And one more time. So now let's go back to our front circle or camera thing. It's actually a camera, but we are using it for create this mothership. It's the front of a camera. It's what's supposed to be some sort of camera. Anyway, let's say size it up. I sized it up to 314. And let me see, maybe we want to remove this one's line. So what we can do now is delete that one, and same goes for that one, and take this one and move it out of the group folder and move it in there. This is the most highest folder. Just move it into that folder. So now it won't mirror. It won't be two of them. So just move it lower, maybe like that, and start duplicating by holding Shift and D, and move them into positions. Duplicate once more and bring it out. And one last time, like so. So what we want to do now is, as you can see, it's only one side. In fact, we can turn those off as well. So what we will do now is we will create two new folders right here, just above this guy's fact. We can turn off. Yeah, we can turn off those ones as well. So it's just one upper line and one lower line. And let's see. Oh, I see. I duplicated wrongly. Okay, so let's come to our this lowest tech machinery, not tech camera, but let's choose highlight all of those and just rotate it up and bring it up a little bit like that. And now we can move on. A little bit of correction there, and maybe let's highlight all of those guys as well and move it slightly in. I want to remove those should not be there, so there we go. Now let's highlight all of them sevens and bring it into this folder like so, and take that folder and move it on top into this one. So now go to this folder which is above the folder where all the 7s are in, and click on the set axis. So now we have both sides like that, and go to this folder and drag it out like that. So now we want to choose this mesh assortment 12 and drag it out like so. Rotate. In fact, take it out of all the mirrored layers, so it's just that one by itself. Scale it up and make sure you have this mesh view clicked in or chosen, and now let's start removing things. Remove mesh assortment 12, middle one, and for now leave it, but we have to remove the spikes as well. So let's find so there are some spikes in here. That's the silver, and all of the spikes are gone. Let's drop our gray color into it, and let's scale it up by going to the mesh itself, the main mesh part. And so now we have to remove some of maybe move this one out, and let's see what we have. Alright, so let's go to the light. Actually, let's go to the camera and zoom out. Maybe take the camera unifier tool and move it forward. And let's go to our light now and bring down the intensity. So, secondly, let's go to our element 3D layer and go to render settings, or no, not render, yeah, render settings actually, and go to lighting, and in add lighting, go to basic, and then additional lighting and turn it down. Something like that. Then go to still in render settings, go to ambient occlusion and enable it. Bring up the intensity. Maybe take the multi-sampling to 4 and pump up the contrast. What this will do is will add darker area and shadows, and go to adaptive blur or adaptive blurring, multi-sampling to 2. If you have a good computer, you can crank up that number even higher. It's a little bit too much maybe. Let's go back to our scene setup and go to background environment, and in your presets go to environment, blacklight if you have the blacklight, or you can go to basic settings, basic V1 that comes with element 3D. Both of them, just find a maybe unified background like background or environment that doesn't have much variation. So yeah, come on. Back on it. Maybe like the Blacklight 4K11. And let's keep going. Next, I want to go to components and bring in component 17. This one is a little bit difficult. Let me see if I can get it to go our way. Scale it up, just rotate it in there and then scale it up. And duplicate and bring it down. Click on this to get the view centered. And go to your scene materials and just drop the bright material on it. Like so. Next, I have a piece that is not from Video Copilot's Motion Design 2. I downloaded it from Free 3D or Turbo Squid. I searched for free turret, you know, the turret weapon, the weapon, and there's one called just find where I put it in here. I called it group turret bottom. I'm probably gonna link it in my video when I publish this, and you'll be finding it. What I did was I just divided into mesh and kept this part. I'm gonna link it where you can download it for free and just divide it in the mesh, and there's basically 2 or 3 pieces, maybe a little bit more, and you have to just leave this one piece and remove the rest. You can do it by just going to the mesh and simply clicking away or deselecting all the pieces you don't want to keep, and just keep that one piece. And let me just center the anchor point because the anchor point is here while the piece is over there. So let me move the anchor point, not that way, here we go. Next, you wanna move it in here like so, rotate it forward, scale it up, and move it in. Maybe I have to scale it even more. Up. Maybe rotate it that way as well. there's one thing we can do to make it work even better. Let's move this the turret we just brought in there, and let's go to this group folder which contains this side pillars, or yeah, and scale it down. That means we have to scale down this thing as well. So it's mesh assortment. Yeah, mesh assortment 12, and scale it down. Now let's come back to our turret, and now we won't have issues with parts sticking out. Maybe lower it. Let's have a look. Yep, it's starting to look really nice. And I think there's some, we need to rotate it this way. So this is the main group folder which contains all the pieces, and the anchor point shouldn't be all the way over there in the front. It should be maybe somewhere in the center. So let's move back the anchor points. What that will do, for example, if we want to zoom in the whole piece and center everything into our view, we want to click here and then zoom it in, and now it's easier because we will be seeing like from the center view everything. So let's rotate it like that, maybe even a little bit more. And let's zoom out. We go to mesh assortment 12 and maybe move a little bit back. Then now we can just play around with if we want to add other pieces into onto our model or shape. So let's delete one of these guys and grab the other one, move it out so we can see it. Scale it down, zoom in, and maybe put it in the center. Scale it even more down. Let's rotate this one the other way. Bring it back here. Duplicate. Get more. Select them. Let's find out. There it is. And the last one. And then duplicate and put one more in there. Not really working, so let's remove that. There was no point to that. So remove it. And in fact, let's remove this one as well. Sometimes less is more. There you go, mothership. Now, even if you like, after that you can just, if you have motion design too, you can just add more pieces and like find something you like. For instance, let me see. Let's take this tech mesh tree, duplicate it, and bring it in here, like so. Drag it slightly, and maybe one more time, or maybe not. Twice is enough. So you get a little bit. You break up the gray pieces and parts, just add a little bit more color. And now, if you like color correct it, add glow. Glow, glow, glow. Glow is in the lighting render settings as well. If you enable the glow and maybe tone it down, like so, and maybe add a little bit more adaptive blurring, and play around with the lighting settings. Maybe try find other settings. Maybe increase it. And there you have your mothership. Awesome looking. Awesome looking mothership. And let me see, we can even just check out one thing. Just create a new plane and bring it below, scale it up, just add some darker material onto it, like so. Maybe scale up like so, and a little bit slow. Come on. Maybe I did scale up too much. And let's duplicate that plane. Holding Shift and D, drag it below, and then open. Now go to the material view, go to the material, and then scroll it down until you see, I think, advanced and made shadow on, and then go to, so I think we have to scroll it even lower. Go to the plane and move it even lower. Move this one up. This one out. Okay, did that duplicate? Let me delete that one. Only keep this one with the matte shadows on. Matte shadows, and then create a new one. Scale it up. Move it down. And scale it like so. And now we can see the shadows because we have the other one which is creating the matte shadow, and one without the matte shadow. And there you have your, and then you can just, like fix it a little bit, rotate it a little bit, maybe bring in one more over there. But this is basically what we were trying to create, and I think it looks awesome. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please like it and hit a thumbs up. Share the tutorial, and please, if there's something you want to know or some question you have, put it in the comment section and let me know, and I'll answer back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching once again, and see you.